Hello and welcome to another Gearhead review. I'm Jonah Gelzo, and today we're going to be taking a look at the D-Focus V4 and the D-Mount. I've had a good amount of experience with D-Focus system products, such as utilizing their V3, iteration before the V4, and their D-Mat Complete matte box, and some other products as well. And all have put them to good use, and they've really performed well, especially considering their price point. However, what I really like with their newest version, the D-Focus V4, is that they really have kind of, innovated and come up with some really substantial upgrades and innovations compared to their V3 model. Number one, I like the single rod mountable solution instead of having to mount to two 15mm rods with more of a less sturdy plastic mounting components. Now it's a very solid metal single mountable rod setup with a very nice and high-grade plastic, little twisty arm so you can tighten it on your 15mm rail very easily. It's adjustable as far as the angle that you want and depending upon the height of your lenses and the size of your lenses. All you have to do is just unloosen just that little T-bar, and some pins will come out and then allow you to adjust it however you need. And then with the locking pins back in place, it's going to hold its position, rest assured. Another thing I really like is that they kind of up the ante with a little higher quality gearing, which is nice. Instead of just all plastic like the previous design, now it's kind of a hybrid setup where it utilizes some metal and plastic, as far as plastic over the metal hub. So you still have nice kind of smooth action and really no play with the gearing, and if anything loosens up over time, you can just easily tighten the gears back up with the included Allen key that comes with it. Now, the actual follow focus wheel itself is very much like the V3, high-grade plastic, but still plastic. I like the removable, dry erasable marking disc. That can be very nice just to easily take it off and clean it or put it away so it doesn't get cracked, etc. Feels really good in the hand. Just again, they've really upped the ante with some more quality components. And as far as your reference point, I really like the fact that it also doubles as that Allen key, so you can tighten and tweak anything on the follow focus you need to, as well as that same Allen key serving as your reference point. It has a standard accessory port to throw on whips, D-cranks, whatever you need to get the job done. And again, obviously, while there are much more higher priced follow focuses out there that are going to still be a whole lot more sturdier than the V4, considering its price point, it's really kind of the best product I've seen as far as a very, very capable entry-level follow focus. Now, if you're doing tons of high-end projects and run and gun and just needing gear to withstand a very, very high level of abuse, I would go with something a little bit higher in the price range that is very, very sturdy and almost all metal construction. But again, don't discredit the fact that this is a pretty solid piece, and as long as you do take some general care of it, is definitely a product that can afford you many projects of very efficient use. Another thing I like that they came out with is their D-mount, their updated D-mount. And what's really nice about this is if you want just a follow focus setup with your DSLR camera, but don't have the money to afford a large handheld rig system, you can still cash in on the versatility that a follow focus brings you without having to spend so much money on a rig, and just by picking up the D-mount. So what's really nice is that it allows you just to insert a standard single 15mm rod. The one that's included really covers pretty much most standard lenses, so you can just easily mount the D-Focus V4 to that single rod, tighten it down to the appropriate amount, and you know, it's quite solid. Another thing too with the base plate that I really like, and that I'm glad they paid attention to, is making sure that it's small enough so it doesn't really get in the way of being able to easily swap out the standard batteries in your DSLR cameras, because a lot of times the base plates tend to be a lot larger, and that really screws with being able to make a quick battery change. It's really, really lightweight and just easy to use. I used this when we were on a film shoot in Africa, just because we wanted to keep our gear really light and we weren't doing any substantial shooting. It was more or less just kind of documenting our trip and just kind of getting some shots of different potential locations. So it was really handy to have just a very, very simple setup, a very capable setup, you know, allowing me to be able to easily rack focus and get some solid images, but something that, you know, is lightweight and I can just throw in a small backpack and get the job done without any additional fuss. Really, for someone that just kind of wants a very capable system, yet very cost-effective, but also efficient system, I definitely would urge you to, you know, take a look at the D-Focus V4. I've utilized it on quite a few commercial projects as well, and it's really suited well for that. It's really smooth. It has a lot of good feedback working with the lenses. And honestly, again, nothing in my mind tops this follow focus in terms of what you get for such an incredibly low price. Again, if you're doing more intense projects that really kind of warrant more consistent abuse, you know, then I advise you to look at some higher end follow focuses. But if you're doing more periodic work and you know, stuff that's going to be lighter as far as abuse goes, then definitely check out the D-Focus V4. If you want to learn more about the D-Focus V4 and D-Mount, definitely be sure to check out dfocussystems.com and see if what they have might be something that fits your budget and you know, gives you the options you need. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Jonah Gelzo. I'll catch you later.